yours truly, Brevin Thompson, is back to talk about Avatar: The Way of Water, which was directed by James Cameron and is, of course, the sequel to the film that broke box office records back in 2009. So, years after the events of the first Avatar, Jake Sully and Neytiri have started a family, and it looks like things are going pretty well for him and the Na'vi, till the Sky People, i.e., the humans, have returned to Pandora to colonize the planet. An attack on the village forces Jake and his family to go into hiding, and they find this water tribe and learn their ways. It takes a while for Jake to realize that he can't hide with the water tribe forever, and sooner or later that he has to fight back against the Sky People and protect his family. There definitely has been a lot of hype surrounding this film, there's no doubt about that. Avatar was a smash hit back then, and this is coming from somebody who, hasn't really rewatched the first film all that much, and I like the first film, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's nowhere, but I don't think that Avatar is James Cameron's best film, and it doesn't have that much rewatchability for some reason. I mean, this may be me, or so I don't know, but I like Avatar, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have the same rewatchability as some of other James Cameron's films, like the first two Terminator films, Aliens, or hell, even True Lies or Titanic, because I love all of those films, and James Cameron is one of my favorite filmmakers. And when it came to Avatar, when it came to the first Avatar anyway, I like it, but it's one of the most beautiful looking films I have ever seen. And when it comes to the Way of Water, like the first film, visually, it looks beautiful. The technology, what they managed to achieve with it, mind-blowing. It's definitely, like the first film, one of the most beautiful looking films I have ever seen in my life. It definitely takes its time with the world building. While the first film, it was mostly jungle / forest based, this film is mostly water based. And it's very clear that James Cameron is trying his best to continue the world building of the world of Pandora, and I like what he's managing to achieve with this franchise. And it's not my favorite James Cameron franchise. I would say Terminator is still my favorite James Cameron franchise. Well, when it comes to the first two films anyway. But everything with how Pandora looks, you can tell that with the amount of time they had to make this film, apparently, he has 3 sequels planned after this, and at the very least filmed both 2 and 3 back to back as far as my research goes. And I'm very interested to see how the other sequels will turn out, because I really love what James Cameron has managed to achieve, what the visual effects team has managed to achieve, because it's both of the Avatar films have some of the most beautiful and mind-blowing imagery that you can possibly see on screen. But despite how I feel about the visual effects and the characters, the action sequences are also very entertaining here and there, and especially when you get to the big explosive third act. This film, however, is a bit too long for my taste, being over 3 hours. And normally I don't have problems with 3-hour movies as long as there's a big 3-hour story to tell, because I'm okay with that as long as it has a clear narrative. The Godfather was 3 hours, the Lord of the Rings movies were 3 hours each, The Green Mile, Scarface, Avengers Endgame, and I love the shit out of those movies. But when it comes to Avatar: The Way of Water, I can understand James Cameron wanting to make the biggest, most epic movies that he can possibly make for us. But it's clear that the film has some sort of narrative issues, especially when you get to the second act. And while I appreciate the world building in this film, when it comes to story, it kind of feels jumbled in a way. And if you watch the film, you can, I don't know if this will have this effect on you, but that's kind of had that effect on me, and I'm pretty sure a lot of critics felt the same way. I like this film for the most part, but I wouldn't say this is one of James Cameron's best films. Uh, I love how beautiful it looks visually. I love the characters. I love the action sequences. But when it comes to story and its narrative, that's where it kind of falters for me, and it's a little bit too long. And I think that if it was like, if you cut like at least like a half an hour, then I felt like there was like too much filler that easily could have been cut. But nevertheless, I found Avatar: The Way of Water to be pretty entertaining, and if you want to check out a big, explosive yet beautiful looking sci-fi film, then I would definitely say give this one a watch. I'm gonna give Avatar: The Way of Water an A minus. So what did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new films, of course, you know where to find me.